timeless readings. I'm intuitively guided, so I feel called to just keep being guided and do the monthly readings for you for a little bit more specificity for the crew here. Divine guidance and love and clarity is my intention with tarot. Divine guidance and love and clarity. You're more than welcome to subscribe to altalove.com. Join the Patreon community. They get ad-free first access to all the content and some exclusive content just for the patrons. Often they'll get a live link, so they get to join the live shares as well. And top tier patrons get access to the Be the Change courses and a 10% discount on bookings with me if you want to work with me. So divine guidance and love and clarity. Let's get into these cards. For Scorpio, what are the messages for Scorpio? You guys, you know the score. Take what resonates, leave the rest. This, oh, interesting. This looks like a big shift for you guys. If you've been feeling a little stuck or stagnant, this is like coming out of stagnancy. Something worth celebrating as well, possibly based on, okay. I mean, for some of you, it could be a divorce or like a long-standing separation that's been on the cards here, and you're finally claiming back your autonomy, your personal power, your personal freedom. Or it's just a shift for you in claiming your power, stepping out of feeling stuck in the Hanged Man energy. Something worth celebrating here. Yeah, I would say it's some sort of distancing, or yeah, definitely moving away. This is a King of Wands energy in the reverse. Maybe a foolish beginning or a false start. A false start with a wand, a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, Scorpio. Do you like with the genders and general readings for sure. And you're moving away from the situation, celebrating with friends. You know, if it's a divorce or just a false start, or like thinking you're going to have a new beginning and then getting unstuck and moving away from this person, this is worth celebrating for you. Or you're just having a good time with friends, leading you to a brand new beginning, a brand new start. Judgment card. Yeah, starting brand new. Death card reverse, like being reborn. So some of you, if you've been feeling stuck, it's kind of that simple as well. Like you're feeling stuck, you end up being like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to go out with some friends, have a good time with trusted comrades, trusted friends, and then this kind of gives you a sense, or yeah, sparks your creativity, gives you a sense of a new start. After possibly having a little bit of a false start or an ending of a relationship. The fire signs reverse, so this is somebody not in their integrity, somebody who maybe dangled a carrot or something like that, and you're finally moving away from this situation, claiming your autonomy, claiming your personal power. The keys in the Hierophant, you know, sometimes that can indicate a new car, the keys to a new flat, a new house, something like this. I'm hearing like the Judgment gives me a sense of like, for some of you, there could be some sort of recognition, creative recognition that you're getting, which is also going to relieve you of this stagnancy, this Hanged Man energy. Page of Pentacles, you're getting a positive message here. And again, like maybe it's an invitation. Hey, why don't you come out with us? Come celebrate your success. Come, or again, you get an email, a message comes through like, it's a pentacle, so it makes me think of like getting a business deal or getting some sort of offer or recognition, or it's positive because it's something that you're celebrating here, and it's also overcoming some stagnancy, feeling stuck, feeling bound, feeling like you can't escape the situation, and then suddenly getting that, sorry, the camera's shaking, isn't it? Yeah, just getting a reward after. These are all major arcana, so these are all energies where they've been big, or they have felt big to you. Like, I've got to break free from the situation. I've got to be on my own for a bit. I've got to move. I've got to get a new car. I've got to do something to move myself out of stagnancy. And then a message comes through. You go out for celebrating. You go have a nice time with friends. Inspiration, new beginning, new energy coming through. Yeah, helping you definitely, like, you've probably been a bit pensive or like pondering some stuff, maybe expecting certain things to manifest and then they don't. Some of you have been maybe a bit secluded in the hermit energy. You've been just on your own, feeling a bit isolated, right? Feeling definitely like a bit melancholic, a bit fatigued, possibly. A judgment, positive judgment, message coming in. These are positive messages that make you feel even a bit excited about something, right? Coming out of Hanged Man, like suddenly you're being liberated. You've got a key to a new house. You've got, if it's a work promotion or something, like a key to a new office. You're definitely coming out of this phase of isolation as well. The new beginning here, Ace of Wands, is presenting. So there's like something, especially in connection to going out with some friends, something gets sparked with a celebratory energy, with a high vibration, just letting your hair down, having a good time. And then the spark of new beginning. And then you probably had a bit of a phase of like disturbed dreams or not being able to get clear, feeling like the fortune is not on your side, like things are not going your way. And then again, a key, like buying a house, buying a car, getting a key to a new flat, a new office, is you really sort of, again, claiming your personal autonomy. That's a big part of this coming out of the Hanged Man. Just internally being like, I gotta get out of this energy, right? Because you have been reflective, a bit isolated. There was maybe a false start with a wand energy here. They were not in alignment with your future, so you're moving in a different direction towards your friends, your pals, and this is helping you to transform firmly, really kind of moving forward. Maybe feeling a bit left out as well, like feeling like you're lacking in opportunities, or mainly that, like, because all the majors here with the reversals is like forced solitude, isolation, just waiting for some sort of inspiration, or like being open to it and then it just isn't coming for a while. And then you might have had a little full reverse, makes me think of like a false start, like you're gonna have this new beginning with this person, but it's actually somehow for whatever reason doesn't work out, and you're like, you gotta move away from that situation. I'm gonna move on from the situation. Hierophant, get the keys, move. Like, again, if it's the end of a relationship, it's a relationship. I almost want to say, like, maybe it felt a bit foolish, right? And then you get the key and you're like, I'm gonna move house, I'm gonna move. There's definitely an energy of moving yourself away from this situation. That's a positive judgment for you. Three of Swords. I kind of get that sense of like finally being free and single or something, like just being single, hanging out with friends, focusing on your creative inspiration. The Hermit mode would be like, you've spent adequate time on your own, reflecting. The Judgment here is like, now it's time to move. Yeah, spontaneous awakening, activation, and integration. So, I would say in the past, or the recent past, like not too far in your past, you've had probably some awakening experience, something that's maybe even like a vision or a dream, an inspiration, some sort of alchemical experience that's helped like liberate you from stuff, right? Because we get spiritual awakening and there's an activation, and then often is the case that we need to then integrate it, which can be Hermit mode, forced rest, like just absolute exhaustion to the point that all we can do is let the body rest. Let's go for the final few decks here, just a couple cards from these final decks here. This is a pretty clear reading, I would say. Like, leapfrog, play. And that's something too, like, I would say there's a little bit of an evolution here via this upgrade, or like this awakening, this activation, this inspiration. Like, even if it's just realizing, like, I'm not in the right situation, I want to move on from this, I'm going to move house, I'm going to just be single for a bit, hang out with my friends, party, enjoy, whatever, focus on my creativity, and then boosh, energy's moving, you know. And this is also coming via this spiritual awakening, like feeling divinely guided, feeling like, oh my God, I have to move in this direction. There's positive messages coming in around it as well. You will receive some like affirmative message, or like maybe even an opportunity. For some of you, there's definitely a move, buying a car. This is all positive stuff coming in after this reflection integration phase. Lots of hermit, lots of reflection, like not knowing, oh my God, melancholic, right? Thinking a lot, possibly thinking too much. And then the animal spirit cards are really indicating, like, it's time to play, Scorpio. It's time to have a little bit of fun. So you've garnered wisdom. You know, this has probably been a bit of a maturation process for some of you. I'm getting some sort of graduation, even, like, depending on your age and your timeline. Like, you've graduated from university and it's time to like integrate that wisdom and get a job, or get out there in the real world and have a big celebration with your mates where you're moving on. And it could be that you were dating someone at uni and now you're not, you know, like. And this new beginning is really like a chance to show yourself in a new light, I am hearing. So I mean, this is pretty freaking cool here. This is really like being open to your power and wisdom and your inner vision. This could involve like some more profound or deeper spiritual practice. So, light examples, just getting into meditation. There's these lions in the image I can't not see with the inner eye in between. So there's something here about your personal spiritual practice, and like the strength and the vision that you receive when you're open to receive. And it's more than likely connected to your creativity, your work process, right? Well, there again, we can look at things at different points of view, I suppose, but creativity is we are creators, we create, we are created, right? And so being open to receive that guidance, that like, oh my God, I want to do this thing, and knowing we have that power, the lions, you know, the king of the jungle, we have that power to create, being open to it. Some of you, it could be, now I'm looking at the moon and the vision, and I'm like, I'm thinking of, you know, celestial practices. So some, like, again, astrology, something like that. Maybe you're like, or if you're a female, like you could be tracking your moon cycle, or just being open. We've just had a full moon in Libra, so you could be like, you could get some kind of divine inspiration from connecting to the moon and the stars, you know. And or you might genuinely be like, guide me, universe, you know, like, or opening yourself up to like studying astrology, or I think it's more your personal connection, your very personal spiritual practice, that one starts to open your like inner eye, so you're being more of a visionary for your life and integrating all the lessons, all the learning, all the isolation, all the hermit mode, to know you have the power and the strength to do what it is, whatever it is that you want to do. Interesting. Okay, so, and this is a Sagittarian energy with the perception card, the moon card, and the moon again in the Ahimsa card. So this is very much like your personal perception is expanding. just through life experience and, you know, collectively, astrologically, the transits have really, really been pointing to that for all of us in different areas of our life, for our own personal soul's growth. I really look at our personal natal chart and transit chart as like a soul's celestial blueprint or cosmic blueprint, you know, like there's these tools that have, you know, come through us as a collective. And some of them are ancient systems, right? And then we all come to them at different times looking for answers. Like, what is this like? What are we doing? Often inspiring in us greater creativity. You know, it's sometimes in the most challenging times collectively, depressions and war times and plague times and all that kind of shazam, that genuinely springboards us into an evolutionary and highly creative path, right? Journey, as it were. So your perception is expanding. This is also part of this like renewal, this sudden spark of like, oh my God, that's what I want to do. And or invitation of like going out and having fun and then having good chats with friends and then just having some sort of bright idea where you're like, oh yeah, like I'm going to move in that direction. And it feels good. It feels right. It feels playful. This is all part of the process. If you've integrated a lot, if you've been through a phase of contraction and limitation, this is the spark. This is the month or the time frame or the signature where you're being sparked to grow new life, you know, and really, if some of you are creatives or something, you're gonna be presenting yourself in a new light. The blue flame card is giving me that essence, like you're coming out the dark. And it's almost like people that see you now are going to see you as like shiny, or you're aware that people are perceiving you differently because you're different. You know, you've been through a lot. Just to recap as well, you're moving away from a King of Wands reverse energy, a false start. You might be moving or getting a new car or a Hierophant reverse. Maybe it's a divorce, right? Shifting. I'm going to take this and move this way. Here's the key, right? Like, if it's going through a major breakup, or just, you know, you're graduating and you're leaving behind certain connections that, again, on a certain level, they probably weren't very fulfilling, or like you're growing in your wisdom. You're wanting to play more. You're wanting to express yourself more authentically. That's a big part of all these, you know, Mars retrograde and Venus and Mercury going retrograde, to me, have been so symbolic of our personal will, desire, and our ability to express it, our ability to be authentic in that expression and receive greater benevolence through that integrative aspect, through integrating those energies, knowing the truth of it, and then being it, fucking being it unapologetically, right? Okay, Scorpio, that's your reading. Just made myself some lovely lunch, some vegan variety lunch, a little chili and potato and salad. So I'm gonna have myself some lunch, taking the dog for a walk. I'm dog sitting at the minute for a few weeks, which has been so lovely. Dog sitting and cat sitting, and they get along really well, and often is the case, they'll both be snuggled next to me, and I really appreciate the warmth of lovely creatures. So have a wonderful day. Let me know if you guys resonate. Leave a comment. Feel free to share, subscribe, support small brands like my own, Ultra Love. It's been such a journey, and I'm really humble and feeling in this moment, just feeling grateful to be here with you guys and continue to share the messages, the wisdom that comes through working with tarot. And some of you guys know I'm a long-time yoga meditation teacher, and I've been spiritually called to create this brand and publish my book and create the courses. So I appreciate every single one of you, and I hope that these messages serve you. And of course, if you want to go more specific for your personal life, feel free to book a private reading. Take care, you guys. Peace out.